Studies have shown that dyslexic people have greater activation in the right side of their brain, which is responsible for 3D visualization, pattern recognition, and spatial awareness. That means that they generally think in 3D images instead of words and can be great creative problem solvers because of this. On the flip side, they do have learning differences in terms of reading, spelling and writing, and it's all to do with the ability to process language, specifically processing the sounds of words and matching the word sound to their letters and their meanings. So on the left side of their brain, this can be underactive in terms of word analysis, and that can be challenges in recognizing phonemes, which are the smallest sound units used within a word, things like b, p, and d. Recognizing these can be a challenge which can slow reading and accuracy because it takes them more time to decode a word that they see written and process that language. The other part that can be lower activation in the left side of the brain is the word form area. So in a neurotypical brain, a person will see a word many, many times. They will have decoded the phonemes and worked out what that word means. This will then be stored in their memory, and at a later time, they can quickly retrieve that and read at speed. Now, a dyslexic person shows lower activation here, indicating that they may have challenges around retrieving that memory of that word. So that slower reading pace will be an ongoing challenge with trying to decode those sounds and that word meaning. In terms of dyslexia, it's a Latin word that literally means trouble with words. There are a number of related learning differences, such as dysgraphia, which is trouble with writing, dysorthographia, which is trouble with spelling, dyspraxia, which is motor skills and coordination, and dyscalculia, which is difficulty with number processing. Oftentimes, a dyslexic person will excel at out-of-the-box thinking. Their ability to think in three-dimensional ways really allows them to look at different scenarios from many different angles. And they also have an ability to focus not only on the stimuli that's directly in front of them, but also the peripheral stimuli around them. This is known as the cocktail effect, when you have one person talking to you and the cocktail party has many voices around, and a dyslexic person is able to pick up those different voices and different things going on. This often means that a dyslexic person excels at being an entrepreneur and also leadership. Their ability to have big picture thinking, their ability to analyse lots of different factors and make informed decision making, identifying the risks and finding the best fit. They are very, very good at doing that, seeing the holistic big picture and making those decisions that you need to be an entrepreneur or a leader. I've heard it described before that having the visual spatial abilities of a dyslexic person is much like being in the brain of someone that uses CAD, computer aided design. You can literally look at the different dimensions and aspects of things and bring them together to make relationships between ideas, both, visually and creatively. So this can be really great in an IT role, such as a UX designer or service design, somebody that needs to create wireframes, needs to think about the user experience and journey, or needs to look at how to design a user interface in a way that does bring together these patterns of thinking and a sequential flow of things. Moreover, they can be very good at creative problem solving because of the ability to think about all the things that are going on. So very good at tester or QA type roles where the creative testing scenarios will help to uncover things that a neurotypical brain may not have considered or thought about. Moreover, there is a high resilience and adaptability in dyslexic people. Some have some of the belief around this is that actually going through the education system is not always tailored to a dyslexic person. So they've had to be resilient and adapt and really work hard to get through that institution. So challenges faced around reading and writing really do not need to be something that holds a person back in this modern age. Studies have shown that dyslexic people may read better on a screen rather than paper. So the fact that we work on computers in our day-to-day working life really can be an enabler. Also, using software such as speech to text or text to speech can be an aid. So a lot of dyslexic people do have superior oral abilities because of their difficulties around language processing. So the oral side of things has become, advantageous and it has progressed at a faster rate. Therefore, if they are trying to convey an idea, speech to text can be a really great format for doing that without being delayed by trying to actually type or write the words down. Moreover, things such as AI to help form an idea into a sequential flow of text or bullet points can be useful. Things like recording pens when you're in a meeting scenario. It allows you to record the meeting as you are taking notes or processing that through, and then bits that have been missed can be played back and can be used with AI again to fill in gaps in information during that meeting period. Another great software is mind mapping. Because of the visual spatial ability, then actually chunking information into a mind map or a flow can be an easier way to process new ideas or to convey ideas when a person is trying to convey them to the wider audience. So really, it is to say that a dyslexic person can truly thrive in the IT space, where we have a number of accessibility tools, particularly across the Microsoft suite, that can really enable them to do their job to a very high standard. And actually, it is oftentimes that it is a dyslexic person that is the leader or the entrepreneur of the businesses that are leading in the world. And so it is these people that will be our successful leaders of tomorrow.